What is that key word that I mentioned? Don't tell me the second timers. That key word for moving the energy from the lower chakras up to the higher chakras. Very good. Sublimation. So this act of the abdominal suction is a very powerful sublimation technique. The good news is it also changes our mood. If we're feeling heavy, depressed, angry, whatever bummer mood that you can imagine, if you do some of these, like 10 to 15 rounds each morning or anytime you're stressing, the energy of negative emotions resides down here in the lower three chakras. So if we withdraw the energy, we can shift the emotion. It doesn't mean we're solving the problems of life that created the emotion, and usually it's not the life, it's the thoughts. But if we can change the energy, we can change our emotions. So it's a very powerful practice. And if you do that every morning, you build the fire, you purify, you change your emotions, you send energy up through the chakra system. It's awesome, okay? So we're gonna do it again tomorrow. And all I can do, guys, is give you the tools, and you have the responsibility to do something with it, all right? Don't wait for somebody else to fix you and heal you and make you feel better. A little bit of work every day. Let's call it play every day. You play with your body, you play with your emotions and mind, and you move the energy and you feel better. So Tantra and Yoga says you don't have to sit in a quagmire of negative emotions. Now, there's two different things. Sometimes we need to embrace the emotion and just be with it and let it dissipate on its own. But let's say I have to go to work or to school or be with my family and I'm just in a bad mood and I don't want to be around them. So I move the energy and I feel better and I can go back into my pity pot later, all right, and sit for myself. But you get the point. You have a choice. If you feel like you need to sit in that, go for it. But if you don't want to sit in that, change it by changing the flow of energy. It's quite simple. The other technique that's really necessary for all men and women on this path is the root lock. And we did this last class and we're going to do it again. So we actually did it a little bit during the squatting position today. It's very simple. Lift all the muscles of the pelvic floor up and release them. And there's two different ways you can do that. You can lift and hold up and continue to breathe. Hold for 20, 30, counting, and then relax. And you do that 10 times, 15 times. And you can do it a few times a day. The good news is you can do it anywhere. You could be doing it right now and I wouldn't even know. You can do it at the bank, you can do it while you're watching a movie, you get the point. And it's really necessary to learn to, for women, amplify the orgasmic state, to create more energy flow down there, to heal things at the level of the yoni, in the genitals. For men, it is rule or technique number one for learning to do what I'm talking about now, which is learning to master our bodies, okay? So it's incredibly healthy. If you never have sex again, you should still do this every single day. It works for healing the energy in the physical body, the energy, the emotions, and the mind. When you do this, it actually also activates the parasympathetic nervous system. The nerve endings that come out of the sacrum related to the parasympathetic are impacted by this movement, and it creates a sense of calmness and well-being. This one, the abdominal lock, balances the sympathetic, which helps us deal with stress in a more balanced way. So you can see, all we have to do is a little bit of practice and we become the masters of our bodies, emotions, and mind. That's what yoga is about. It's about taking control of your evolution.